everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Nikki with MontanaCrochetCreations.com. In today's video, we're going to be making this really cute small dog or medium-sized cat sweater. So it's got like these really cute little leg holes here, has kind of like your little neck brim here, and it's just made with super simple stitches and number 4 yarn. But you will need a few things for this. So we're going to need a pair of scissors. You'll need these for clipping in your yarn tails. We're also going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook. And we're going to need, if I can get it here, we're going to need a yarn needle for weaving in our yarn tails here. And then we're going to use any number 4 worsted weight yarn. So go ahead and grab your supplies and I'll meet you back here in just a few minutes. All right, so I have my yarn here and I chose to use some variegated yarn. I think it makes it look really pretty whenever you make the Crochet Dog Sweater. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our slip knot here, and then we are going to chain 42 to start out. So let's go ahead and create our chain here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so we've chained 42, and what we're going to do is we're going to take and follow our chain here all the way down to the edge, making sure that we do not twist this whenever we come over and slip stitch to this very first chain right here. So let's go ahead and slip stitch to this first chain, and then we are going to chain 2. So now what we've done is we've created our little neck here of what we're going to do there. So sorry, I had to pause that. My cat was trying to jump up here and get into the video. All right, for round 2, what we're going to do here, or actually, sorry, round 1, is we're going to chain 2, and we're going to go into that chain 2 space that we have right here. And we're going to place a double crochet. So to do a double crochet, we're going to yarn over and insert our hook into that space. We're going to draw up our loop, and so now we have 3 loops on our hook here. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 more loops. So we're going to go all the way around this chain and put 1 double crochet in each one of these chains. And I'm going to crochet over the top of this yarn tail, so then that way we don't have anything to weave in at the very end. So let's go ahead and double crochet in this next chain here. We're going to double crochet in the next chain. And when you get all the way back around to the very beginning, you should have a total of 42 double crochet. This chain 2 here at the beginning does not count as a stitch. So we should have 42 double crochet. I don't know about you guys, but for some reason, I always find variegated yarn to be a little hard to work with. I feel like it kind of splits and ravels apart, so when you're trying to grab it, it gets a little messed up. This first round here is going to be a little harder to get done just because you're having to go into each one of these chain loops. We're all the way at the end here, and I have my 42 double crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and slip stitch to the top of this very first double crochet. Not this chain 2 that we started with over here, but the top of this double crochet right here. So let's go ahead and slip stitch to that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. And for this round, we're going to alternate with a double crochet. So this chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, and then a front post double crochet. So we've got our double crochet, and in order to do a front post double crochet, what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, and we're going to actually go behind this next stitch right here. So if you can look and see right there, you can see that that stitch sits over the top of our crochet hook, and that's what we want. So we're going to grab our yarn and pull through. So it's come behind that first post. Now we're just going to complete our double crochet. So the very next stitch, we're going to go into the top of here and do a regular double crochet. So the next stitch, we're going to do our front post double crochet. And you want to really make sure that you're grabbing the correct stitch. Otherwise, you're going to be adding increases to this, and we don't want to do that. So the next stitch right here will be our double crochet. And then the very next stitch, so you can see how this double crochet runs all the way down. So we don't want to go back into that one. We want to make sure we go into this next stitch right here. So we're going to do our front post double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and repeat that for a total of 4 rounds. So this is round 2. So for round 2, 3, and 4, we are going to alternate our double crochet, front post double crochet, and making sure that we slip stitch to the top of this chain 3 when we complete each round. So let's go ahead and finish round 3 or round 2 and get started on round 3 and 4. So I completed round 2, and I just wanted to show you guys what alternating the front post double crochet, back post, or the double crochet is going to look like. So it kind of gives it like this really cute ribbing that goes along the neck here, and it adds a little bit of a stretch, so that way it's easier to get over your dog or cat's head. So I've slip stitched to my chain 3, and we're going to chain 3 again, and we're just going to repeat that process. This row will be so much easier to do because you've already got your double crochet here, and now you can see where the front post double crochet is at and where your regular double crochet is at. So you're just going to repeat that by starting with your chain 3, which counts as your double crochet, and then doing your front post double crochet. And we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as from the previous round, and then front post double crochet. So go ahead and repeat that for this round, which is round 3, and also through the end of round 4. At the end of round 4, you should still have a stitch count of 42. And then when you get to the very end, make sure you just come around and slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 right here. All right, so we're at the end of round 4, and I've slip stitched to the top of my chain 3 here. And what we're going to do for rounds 5 through round 8 is we're going to chain 3, and then we're just going to come around and place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around here. And at the end of round 8, you should still have a total of 42 stitches. So I'm making this sweater for a girlfriend of mine. She has a hairless cat. His name is Falcor. And it's been pretty cold here lately where I live in Montana, so I thought that I would make him a cute little sweater so that way he wasn't freezing his little hairless butt off. But he's hilarious. So he's like probably the funniest cat I've ever met in my entire life. So I thought it'd be really cute to make this for him. So let's just continue, and we're going to go ahead and double crochet all the way around. And when we get done with round 8, we're just going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and then we'll start on round 9. So we are done with round 8, and now we're working on round 9. I've slip stitched to my chain 3, and I've chained 3. So what we're going to do for round 9 is we're going to start our increase row for this. So we've got our first double crochet here, and now we're going to double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, we're going to put 2 double crochet in this very next stitch here. That's going to start our increase. So there's our second double crochet. We're going to double crochet in the next 6 stitches, and then we'll place 2 double crochet in the following stitch. And we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. We're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches, and then we're going to place 1 double crochet in the following stitch. When you get all the way back to the beginning here, you're going to slip stitch to the top of this chain 3 and then chain 3 again. And then we're going to do our increase. And then we're going to chain or double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So go ahead and repeat that, and I'll meet you back here when you're done with round 9. So we're coming up to our last few stitches here. And at the end of round 9, you should have a total of 48 stitches. So we're going to slip stitch to the top of our chain 3. And then we're going to chain 3 again. So for round 10, what we're going to do is place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So there's our first double crochet. We're going to come in here and do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around for round 10. The end of round 10, you should still have a total of 48 stitches. So we're at the beginning of round 11 here, and we're going to chain 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start working on the little leg holes of this crochet dog sweater. So we've got our chain 3, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is we are going to chain 10 right up from this double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to come over here and we are going to skip 8 stitches and crochet into our 9th. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to double crochet into our 9th stitch. So we're going to start and do our double crochet. Maybe, good heavens. There we go. And then now we are going to double crochet in the next 27 stitches. This is 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So we are going to chain 10 again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to skip 8 stitches and double crochet into the 9th. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're double crocheting into this 9th stitch here. So we'll insert our hook and go ahead and create our double crochet. And now what we're going to do is double crochet in these last remaining stitches here. And then we're going to slip stitch to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3 again. So what that's done is it has created these little armholes or leg holes for your dog or cat. And that's where we're going to, in the next round, is crochet into those. So go ahead and let's get started on round 12 here. For round 12, we're just going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And then I'll show you what I do when I come to my chain spaces here. I just take and go into each little chain space here. And put 1 double crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So I'll meet you back once you're finished with round 12. All right, so we're done with round 12. So what we're going to do now for rounds 13 through round 20 is we're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. At the end of round 20, you should still have a total of 48 stitches. And then we're also going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, and we're going to fasten off our work. So at the end of round 20, go ahead and clip your yarn and make sure that you weave in your yarn tails. So remember, place 1 double crochet in each stitch around all the way until you're at the very end of round 20. Once you're done with round 20, I will meet you back and we'll get started on the bottom portion of this crochet dog sweater. So I'm at the end of round 20. I've fastened off my yarn and I've woven in my yarn tail into the back piece here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start working on the piece here that's going to extend down, and it's going to leave kind of like this little opening right here. You can see it on this one that I had already made, how it's kind of made like this little opening, and that's going to be a space that's going to be perfect for either a dog or a cat. You know, they can still use the bathroom and everything like that. So what we're going to do for row 1, making this bottom portion here, is we are going to join our yarn in the 10th stitch from the starting chain 3 of the previous row. So we've right here, you can see all the way down. If you look at your project, you can see your chain 3s all the way down the entire thing. So that counts as our first double crochet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to insert our hook and we're going to join our yarn in that 10th stitch right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my yarn through. So we've chained 1 and have attached our yarn. So the next step that we're going to do is we are going to chain 2, and we're going to go back into this chain 2 space, and we are going to put our first double crochet. This chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. So now we've got our first double crochet here. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 40 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to continue around for 40 stitches. Now, as you can see, I like to crochet over the top of my yarn tail here. My fingers don't want to work today. Go ahead and continue double crocheting in your 40 stitches, and then I'll meet you back here in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're at the end of round 1 and we've done all 40 of our stitches. So we're going to chain 3 and we're going to turn our work here. So now what we're going to do is, sorry, let me get my work turned. We're going to turn our work. So we're going to start working back around the other way. For row 2, we're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. And that chain 3 right here on the round 2 is going to count as your first double crochet. And at the end of round 2, you should still have your 40 stitches. So I just finished row 2 and I've chained 3 and turned my work. Now for rows 3 and 4, we're just going to repeat that process by placing 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each stitch until you get back to the end here. You're going to chain 3, turn your work, and then work your way back over to the other side. And we're going to do that for 2 more rows. So at the end of row 4, you should still have a total of 40 stitches. So go ahead and keep working for row 3 and 4, placing 1 double crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you back here in just a few minutes. We're at the end of row 4. I've chained 3 and I've turned my work. Now for rows 5 through 8, we are going to start working on the bottom portion of the sweater here, and we're creating that brim that looks exactly like it does up here at the top. So what we're going to do is we've chained 3, so that counts as our first double crochet. So now we're going to start working with that front post double crochet again. So we're going to yarn over and insert our hook behind that very next stitch. And remember, that stitch should be laying over the top of your hook. We're going to pull our yarn from behind that stitch, drop a loop and pull through 2, and then pull through 2. Now the very next stitch here, we're going to place 1 double crochet. And then the very next stitch, we are going to do a front post double crochet. And then we're going to do a double crochet and again a front post double crochet. So again, going behind that stitch and then completing your double crochet. So go ahead and finish working this row, doing your front post double crochet and then your double crochet all the way to the end. When you get to the end, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. And then for rows 6 through 8, you're going to repeat this pattern of start with your starting chain 3 as a double crochet, then your front post double crochet, front post double crochet. Alright, so we're coming up to row 5 right here, and I wanted to show you this. So I've done my double crochet, and then you've got your chain 3. So what we're going to do is just double crochet around that, I guess just through that little hole right there. So they're going to chain 3 again, and we're going to just flip around and turn our work. So what we're actually going to do next is we've got our double crochet, is next we're going to do a back post double crochet. So I should show you how to do that. So we yarn over and we come from the back of our work and go through the next stitch. So now when you flip it over, that stitch is over the top of your hook. But when you look from the working side of your project, you can see that your crochet hook is sitting on top of that stitch. And then we're going to pull our yarn through and then complete our double crochet. What that's going to do is when you're working your next row, it's going to make it seem as if you've got nothing but front post double crochets right here, and it's going to create one big long line. So let's do that again. So the very next stitch we've got here, we're going to double crochet. And this is for row 6, so we're going to alternate. Then the next row that we have, we've got to go around from the back of our project over the top of this stitch and through our next space there. We're going to pull up our loop through, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 and pull through 2. We're going to repeat that. So the next stitch is a double crochet, and then we're going to do a back post double crochet again. So for round 6 or row 6, you'll be doing back post double crochet. Row 7 will be a front post double crochet. And row 8, you'll end with back post double crochet. So go ahead and complete those, alternating the front post and back post rows. And then I'll meet you back when we're done with row 8. Oops, I missed one. All right, so I'm at the end of row 8, and you can see now it's got this nice little opening here for your dog to be able to still go potty. And you can see on the front side here, it's created this really nice, lovely ribbed stitch, sort of a look to it, just like it did here at the very top of the neck. And that's it. So you guys have just made this really cute crochet dog sweater. It's going to be perfect for a dog or a cat that's probably around 15, maybe 20 pounds, depending on how thick your yarn is. And that is the entire project. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Make sure that you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring that notification bell as I post weekly videos right here. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.